What's good, everybody? It's AP Experiment, and it finally happened. It took all of season 20, but I finally got one good gameplay with me as Newcastle. I finally had a game where me and my boys linked up. Thankfully, they always let me basically crash and burn on whatever character I want to be on because they know I'm going to be basically sitting in the backpack anyway. But they let me, hop back on my main without judgment all season and sell game after game after game. And yes, we had our arguments and our fusses and our fights, but I actually had one postable, decent set of footage. We didn't even win the game. We didn't. But I finally had some decent footage where I wasn't a complete burden of the game. We had great teamwork, as you can see right here. I knew that Sea Salt would be picking up Kenji first, so I decided I was gonna line up in case someone tried to shoot at us and put my shield out front. That way, all Kenji had to worry about was somebody behind him. He ended up picking me up right after. Luckily, the people we were fighting were far too scared to press us. As you can see, I'm like getting little damage here and there, not doing much. Normal, again, backpack activities. When it comes to Apex, I have not made it to the point where I can get out of the backpack yet. I plan to change that, by the way, especially with season 21. In bringing back solos, I'm going to be pushing heavily in solos as Newcastle, trying to get my skills further and further, especially now that I'm going to start distancing myself from Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a fun game and I do love it. There's so much of it, so much to it, and so much nostalgia that I have for it. But as I begin to get away from the game, I think I am going to be trying to push more heavily for Apex and other games, just to, one, freshen up the content, two, just get a new feel for other games. I was going to try to push a little bit more heavily with Fortnite, but I really just can't get into it. Like, I love the game is enjoyable, I do get wins, it's just so slow paced, so much spacing, so much hiding, the fighting bots, it's just, I can't do it. Like, I literally would rather get destroyed in Apex than fight 100 bots and have 4 or 5 kills and not have really fought one person the whole time. I will be finishing out that battle pass. I don't think one Fortnite video will be dropped. I might try to force one. I completely missed out on the avatar event, so the inner kid within me is kicking me in the ass, by the way. So I completely missed out on the entire avatar event, so I did not end up getting the sword at the end of the cheat pass. That's what I'm gonna call it, because it's not exactly a battle pass, but the event little pass thing. I didn't end up finishing that, so the enemy is kicking me in the ass. And luckily I had a portable revive on me, basically, and I still somehow had the misfortune of my controller dying twice. So I died to Storm, Sea Salt died to Storm, and I think Kenji actually ended up getting torched.